Hi all, I thought I'd show you the prototype. This is the first prototype of the keyboard case, sorry. You notice it's got an angle to it and an upstand. Why was it done like this? Well, this is really for the 1200, but it will take a 600, the 500 keyboard as well. However, we may do a separate version like the original. If you remember the original, let me just grab that and disturb the camera, sorry. This is the original, for the original Checkmate 1500. I may do another version, same design but without the upstand, but this will be compatible. As you can see, we've got the holes for the LEDs. But anyway, so this is about showing you the prototype. It's not perfect. There's a couple of little problems still, but it's not far off. It's not far off at all. I've made one big howler, which I'm going to show you in a second. But anyway, look here. So here's the key rail fitted in. We've got a slight issue with the screw holes, not quite in the right position. So I've had to change the positioning. But they'll be corrected on the next version. But you can see it sits in the back and the ports are sticking out the back, so it needs a little bit of tweaking to get that spot on. But I think the biggest cock up I made, which is so easy to make, but yeah, I must have had a lot on my mind. Let's see, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to try and figure it out. In fact, I'll give you a clue. Okay, look at the cursor keys. Yeah, look at the cursor keys. They're in line with this row of buttons. Stupidly, I've put the whole assembly in line with the bottom row of buttons. So for this test, what I've had to do is I've had to take the keys out. And it's quite interesting actually, you like this. I actually thought, oh, I'll just take the keys off. And so the only key that actually works, I've got the up arrow, that should be the down arrow, but anyway, so I've taken the keys off, but of course without the springs they were dropping down and the keyboard was just firing all over the place, so I had to take them out, put the springs in with the little sticky pads to hold the actual switches up. It's hilarious, a load of fun. Now it's just to get the prototype working and just show you thing actually is, you know, fundamentally almost there. This one's actually made out of steel. We're actually making the final one out of aluminium. But the key thing about this is if you put in the key right now, so it's got the key right in, so let me just connect this up. I have to be careful that I don't do my new switches, so forgive me for that. For people who think that, oh well, I can't believe you made a mistake, well, God, you must be so clever. I did have one person mention about how could you make a mistake like that, and well, you know, I'm not Elon Musk. Hang on, I'll just put the ribbon cable into the 1200 slot. Now all we do is we just move. Now these actual we've got this up on the spacers. That's going to be slightly improved. At the moment it just drops onto there, and I've got it set so and I've put some pads around the edges to kind of cushion it. I've got it set so it's slightly down, which actually I quite like, to be fair, and it may actually stay like that. But anyway, so now what we do is we pop this on the top. In fact, that's actually on there. Now, one of the reasons for normally this would be sitting a bit higher, but because of that problem, if I put the lid on, it pushes all the keys down. So just to make it actually work, because I've tested this, I put it on like that, and you can see. So we've got one key, but the other two keys, it's going to need a new lid to get them working. Obviously, I'm not going to hack this about, because I really, it's a case of really testing the whole concept. So I'll just pause for a second. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just literally finishing off the screwing of the lid down. Okay, just turn it around. Now, of course, it does mean at the moment with this, oh, obviously, remember this is a prototype. So I don't want messages about, oh, that's not fitting right, it's not holding it in place. Yes, I know it's got to have some extra fixings put in, but this is just to show the metal work. That A, exists, and B, works. Apart from that stupid mistake there. Right, what we now have is the 1200, yes, the LEDs, that's for the 500, and It's a whole different subject about the 1200 because that doesn't actually have LEDs there. So there'll probably be blanks or a label sticking over the top of them. Anyway, so that's that. And I'm going to pause again and then I'm going to show you it all working. Right. So, okay, here we go. Now, what we've got here is you can see I've got my VR 1500 and I've opened the box. Keyboards, the original keyboard's just hidden under the garage, but here's the new keyboard, okay? And as you probably know, there's a USB connector there. So we take this really nice looking keyboard. Well, it's not actually, it's just a USB cable, but it's quite a nice one. So we plug that into there. Okay, turn that round, and then we'll plug this into the front. Can hear Windows come up with this little message. Now, in case you didn't realise, I'm running Amiga Forever and Amiga kit on my machine, and so let's put this keyboard up here so you can see me type. Let's hide that. Now, normally you'd really want to put that around the back. I've shoved it in there so you can see it. So you can see it's in there, and then should be able to see it typing. Now, of course, failed. The little light comes on. Obviously, there's no LEDs, but that's if you don't understand why there's no LEDs on there, you really probably need to go and have a good look. Unless I'm doing something stupid and the keyrar can take the LED board from the 1200, but I very much doubt it. So if you're wondering why there's no LEDs, probably this isn't the kit for you. But there you go. So it's got a 1200 keyboard. Yes, it's got a slight raise on it, so it's nice to type on. As I said, I have sat it a little bit low. I mean, this isn't the position it's actually going to sit when it's finished, but as you can see, it's all working. DIR. Hopefully you can see that coming. Let's go CLS. Let's show all the keys working. You can see them all coming up there. That's all working nicely. So obviously now, if you're going to build this, if you're going to do this yourself, if you're going to do it on a PC, it's actually easier. We need the keyrar and this cable. It's not overly expensive. If you want to run it on your Amiga, my God, it gets expensive because you need what's in my other machine. You need one of there's one called SUM. There's also another guy makes a little USB keyboard adapter. You need to plug that into the Amiga if it's a 1200 motherboard. So you need the two boards, cable, case, and everything to make it work. Again, you know, we come back to that argument: is it actually worth it? But I know a lot of people do want to use it, so hence I've made this keyboard. And you can thank my Patreons for this. You can see I've got these little nice little soft feet underneath it. You can thank my patrons, because this would not be happening without my patrons who put their hands in their pockets. And the price for this will be made available soon. Patrons will get discounts based on obviously how much they put in, but I'm basically doing it so that there'll be a maximum percentage that I can do a discount on these. And then basically whatever you have put in up to date, the whole lot, will be count as that financial amount. So, but every time you order again, it's the same thing again and again and again and again. So I'm trying to do it now. The cases will not have that discount, obviously. The options probably will. So when you do your order, there'll be a value of discount that my patrons will get, and whatever you've paid up to date, because I can see your details, and I can see the amount you've paid. Whatever you've paid will come off up to the maximum of the patron discount. So you know, you can see that, and the second time you'll get that, and the third time you'll get that, fourth time, and so on. And the more you put in, you know, the better you'll be. So hopefully patrons will see that they're actually getting something for putting their money in there. Not only the fact that you're going to get it, and plus patrons will get this first. Now, to be fair, I need to make 100. There's about 25, 30 on the Patreon. and there's about 100 on the Facebook. So I will have to bunch them all together in one order, because I can't just manufacture one bunch and then another bunch. So I will run them all together. Patrons will get it first. They will be shipped out first, but to be fair, they're probably going to get sent at the same time. But this discount hopefully will make patrons realise it was to show my gratitude for them doing this, because I would not have done this keyboard case without them. So thanks again to patrons. Bear this in mind again. If it's 1200, there'll be a sticker covering up the LEDs. If it's the 500 keyboard, again, this isn't the final version. It's pretty much, and if you wonder about the angle, yes, I tried to make it look a bit neater, but it was doubling the price of manufacturing to make, because I wanted to make that level and have it in set so you didn't actually see this. But it was just really expensive to make in metal. Now, in an ideal world, I would do a mold for the keyboard, but we know they cost about, what, 8,000, 9,000, maybe 10,000 per side. Come on, we're not going to be that many keyboards. So doing it metal was the best way of doing it, and at least we get this nice external keyboard. So hopefully like that. And of course, this will work if you've got a tower case. You don't have to buy the 1500. In fact, actually, if the 1500, I'm hoping it's going to be successful. If it's not successful, this case will still be happening, because I've done this for other people for different reasons. So and again, please thank patrons. And if you are thinking of being a patron, here you go. You know, if you're putting £1 in, you know, and you do it for 3 or 4 months, that whatever you've put in will come off. Now, some people have been putting £5 a month, and I really appreciate it. I think it's a little bit too much. Couple of dollars a month would have done, but you will get more discount. So it's being done on. Remember, there'll be a percentage that will be the patron discount, which will translate into an amount, and then for each order you place, you will get that discount based. Well, I'll look at your account, your patron account, what you've paid, and I'll take it off. If it's over, then of course it'll be up to the maximum patron discount. I have to do it that way. But it does mean the next time you order, you can use the same amount again, and the same amount again, and the same amount again. Now, if it comes to the fact that people's put it in there and then they stop, I think it's really going to be for active people. So people are continuing to pay that will get this. But I will be fair on this. You know, I'm trying to obviously get a balance here. But you know, I appreciate the money people put in. Anyway, so there you go. So that's the new keyboard without logos, and there's the thing at the back. There is joysticks on there. I don't know if they're actually going to work. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't work actually. Technically. I don't really want to put anything in it yet, because no, because I don't even know what I don't even know the subject. But there are the ports on the back, and I do think these certain joysticks work, but you'd have to speak to Indivision about that. But there you go. So that's the case. Yes, it is a bit angly, Anna. There's no other way we can make it in this, you know, this kind of price range. So hopefully you like that, and speak to you soon.